Okay, today we are starting here Warner's theory of the coordination compounds. Warner's theory, which is the in this chapter, there are some assumptions which are given there in the Warner's theory. In the assumptions, we can observe there. First one assumption of the Warner's theory of the first one assumption of this theory, that is the metals which is having two type of the valencies. First one valency, that is a principal or primary or non-ionizable valency, while second one, which is a auxiliary ionizable or which is also known as the secondary valency also. So that is about the these two type of the valencies which are given there, and this is also included in the assumption. So in the assumptions, there is a one example which is given there. You can observe this example. There is a one square bracket which is given there, and inside of this square bracket, platinum, which is a central metal, and across of this central metal there is a plain lining which is given there. This is the solid lining which is given there, and there are four ammonia which are attached to the central metal. That is the platinum. Also, there is a one dotted lines. There are two dotted lines which are given there. So these dotted line which are out of the square bracket which are given there. One dotted line, there is a one chlorine which is attached there, and another side there is another chlorine which is attached there. So that is about the attachment which is given there. Out of the square bracket, chlorine which is present, and inside of the square bracket there is the ammonia which is directly attached to the platinum. So this dotted line indicates this chlorine which is not directly attached to the central metal, but these solid lines, that means these four ammonia which are directly attached to the central metal. Which is the central metal? That is a platinum. Now what is about the primary valency or principal or non-ionizable valency? Or what is the auxiliary, what is the ionizable, what is the secondary valencies? So in that, these are the secondary valencies which are given there. This dotted line, this is the secondary valency, and which is also known as the ionizable sphere, which is known as the ionizable sphere. That means ionization which is possible here for the chlorine. That means if we want to the ionization of the given structure, then there is a just only ionization of the chlorine which is takes place here. But inside of the square bracket or these solid lines containing these four ammonia, these are known as the primary valency. Primary valency, which are also known as the principal valency or non-ionizable valencies. Why these are known as the non-ionizable? Because these four ammonia which are not ionized, if we want to the ionize, that is not possible here according to his theory, Warner's theory, because these are the very strongly bonded to the central metal, and these two chlorines which are the weakly bonded. Strongly bonded, that means these are the non-ionizable. There is no ionization takes place. So that's why these are known as the principal valency, and also these are known as the primary valency as well, or these are also known as the non-ionizable valency. So that is about the principal valencies or non-ionizable valencies. And in case of the secondary valencies, these are known as the ionizable, because ionization which is possible here, because these are the weakly bonded to the central metal. So these assumptions which are so this is about the assumption which is given there for the Warner's theory. So that means after ionization we can separate out this chlorine. So this is about the assumptions of the Warner's theory. There are some examples which are given here of the coordination sphere and primary sphere and secondary sphere. Let's we identify which are the primary sphere and which is the secondary sphere. So this is one of the example. So in this example, there are some ammonia which is given there. These are the 6 ammonia, and there are 3 chlorines. This is the first one example. Second one example, cobalt, which is attached to the 5 ammonia and 1 chlorine, and there are 2 outside of the square bracket. Third one example, cobalt, which is attached to the 4 ammonia and 2 chlorines, and out of the square bracket there is only 1 chlorine. And fourth one, cobalt, which is attached to the GNH3, which is having 3 NH3 and 3 Cl. So in these examples, you can observe there how to identify which is how many ligands which are the primary pair, how many these are the secondary pair. So in this example, you can observe there secondary pair and primary pair. This is the primary pair. I am writing here primary pair. Which are the primary pair? Primary pair, and which are the secondary pair. Okay. So in this example, which is a primary pair? Which ligands or which is the inside of the square bracket? In that, how many ammonia these are the in the primary pair? In the primary pair, there are 6 ammonia in the primary pair. Okay. And in the secondary pair, which ligands? There are 3 chlorines. These are the secondary pair. So that means there are 3 chlorine which are on the secondary pair in the first one example. In the second example, primary pair, these are the 5 ammonia in the primary pair and also 1 chlorine which is present in the primary pair. Okay. And out of the square bracket, there are 2 chlorine. So that's why 2. These are the secondary pair ligands. In third one example, there are 4 ammonia and there are 2 chlorines which are in the these 4 ammonia and these 2 chlorines which are in the primary pair, and in the secondary pair there is only 1 chlorine. So there is a 1 chlorine which is present in the secondary pair. And last one example, that is the ammonia which is having inside of the square bracket, there are 3 ammonia and 3 chlorines which are present in the primary pair. Now what is about the secondary pair? There is no ligand which is present out of the square bracket. So that's why there is a 0 ligand which is present in the secondary pair. That means we can easily identify which is the primary pair, which is the secondary pair. So these primary pair and secondary pair which also determine their molar conductance and number of the responsible ions. Molar conductance, which is having high molar conductance. In these examples, you can check which is having high molar conductance. First one example, you can observe there are 3 chlorines which are the outside of the backside. More ionization, that means molar conductance that also higher, or more will be the molar conductance. So if we determine molar conductance, which is having first one example, there are how many chlorines are there? There are 3 ions which are present there. Okay. In the second example, there are two ionizable ions which are present there, and there is a 1 ionizable ligand which is present here, and there is a 0 ligand which is present here in case of the last one example. That means if we determine their molar conductance, which is having highest molar conductance in the first one example, then there are 2. That means this is the higher molar conductance. Okay, molar conductance which is given there highest in the first one example because there are 3 ionizable ligands which are present there. Second, this is the higher as compared to the first one. Third one, which is the this is the lower or low molar conductance, and which is having no molar conductance, no conductance. That means in this there is no ionization take place. No ionization, that means there is a no molar conductance which is given there. So first one, if we compare all these examples, this molar conductance which is related to all these 4 examples. First one, which is having highest molar conductance because there are 3 ionizable ions. Second, which is having 2. That means as compared to third and second, first and second example. Second, which is having higher molar conductance. Third one, which is the lower, and last one, which is a no molar conductance. That means ionizable ions increases, molar conductance that also increases. Molar conductance and ionizable ions, there is a directly proportional. That means molar conductance which increases with increased number of the ionizable sphere. Okay, ionizable ligands increases. So that is about the Warner's theory. This is the primary sphere, this is the secondary sphere, and this is about the molar conductance of the all these ligands. Okay, next point of this chapter, that is stereochemistry of the complexes. That is also important point which is given there. Stereochemistry of the complex. In the stereochemistry of the complex, there are three columns which are given there. In the first one column, you can observe there, that is a coordination number. Second, geometry of the given complex, and last one column, that is the shape of the molecule we are determining here. So in these examples, in that first one, that is a if coordination number, that is a 2. Okay, 2 coordination number. So if there is a coordination number that is a 2, then what is about the geometry? Obviously there are 2 ligands which are attached to the central metal, so that's why which is having a geometry that is a linear, which is having linear geometry, which is the linear geometry. And in case of the second one point which is given there is the linear geometry which is given there, which is having linear geometry. And what is about the shape of the given coordination compound? So in the shape of the coordination compound, there are 2 ligands which are attached to the central metal, that means metal, and these are the 2 ligands. That means if coordination number of the given complex which is 2, so in this case geometry of the given complex, that is the linear, and shape of the given structure which is the linear. So this is a linear shape. M indicates metal and L indicates ligands. So these are linear shape of the given complex. Okay. Next, if coordination number which is given there, that is the 3. If coordination number, that is the 3. If we are writing there 3, so if coordination number, that is a 3, in this case geometry, that is a triangular planar. Triangular planar. That means geometry of the given structure or given molecule which is a triangular planar. Now what is about the shape of the given structure, which is a triangular? Triangular means metal at the center and ligand which is indicated here. Okay, so there are 3 ligands which are the given there. Okay, we are just connecting all these ligands as like this way. So this is a triangular planar structure. So this is the shape which is given there, metal, and there are 3 ligands because coordination number, that is the 3. Already we have seen here what is the coordination number. Coordination number, that means ligands which are the directly attached to the central metal. So there are 3 ligands which are the directly attached to the central metal. So that's why coordination number of the given complex or given molecule, that is the 3. And geometry of the given complex, triangular planar. If coordination number, that is the 3. Next one, if coordination number, that is the 4. If coordination number, that is the 4. So 4 coordination number. What is about the geometry? There are 2 possible geometries which are given here. One is the tetrahedral and another which is a square planar. Okay, in that first, that is a tetrahedral geometry. Now what is about the tetrahedral geometry? In this tetrahedral geometry, shape of the complex, that is a tetrahedral shape. Let's we check here shape, metal, and there is one ligand. Let me write here a side. Okay, this is a metal. Okay, ligand, another ligand which is at this position, next one ligand, and next one ligand. Okay, so this is a tetrahedral geometry. We are connecting all these ligands with each other. So this is about the connection which is provided there. So this is a tetrahedral geometry. Tetrahedral, there are 4 ligands which are attached there. So this is a tetrahedral geometry, and metal at the center, and in between the axis, these are the ligands which are the placed here. If coordination number, that is a 4, this is a one possibility. If there is also another possibility which is given there, that is a square planar. That is the second possibility, square planar. Second possibility, square planar. So this is the second also possibility for the given example. So square planar. What is the shape of the square planar? At the center there is a metal. At the center there is a metal, and at across of this metal, at the corner of the metal, these are the ligands which are attached. So this is about the shape of the given complex or given molecule. So square planar, so this is a shape which is given there, square planar at the center metal and at four corners. These are the exactly on the axis, four ligands which are the placed here. So that means if coordination number 4, then there are two possible geometry. One is the tetrahedral, another which is square planar. Tetrahedral, so this is the tetrahedral shape. If square planar, then this is the shape of the square planar. Okay, so this is about the up to the coordination number 4. If coordination number that is a 5, let me check here. Okay, this is about the up to the coordination number 4. We are taking here next one. That is a coordination number 5. So there is a next one coordination number which is given there. Coordination number 5. If coordination number 5, then what is about the geometry of the given structure? So in the geometry there is a trigonal bipyramidal. Triangular bipyramidal, which is the geometry which is given there. Trigonal bipyramidal. Okay, bipyramidal geometry, trigonal bipyramidal geometry which is given there. Trigonal bipyramidal, that means at the three corners, three ligands, and at above the plane and below the plane there is a one ligand. That means let me see here shape of the given structure. Metal at the three corners, three ligands is the trigonal. Okay, is the shape which is a trigonal, and bipyramidal, that means at the one of the ligand which is above the plane, above the trigonal, and one is the below the trigonal. So this is the trigonal bipyramidal geometry which is given there. Also another possibility which is given there, that is the square bipyramidal. So this is the first one possibility. Okay, so this is the first one, and the second one, that is the in that square pyramidal. Square, just only pyramidal, not bipyramidal. Square pyramidal, that means metal at the square, four ligand. So these are the four ligand, and one above the plane or below the plane. You can observe there, you can set there. So this is the one which is given there above the plane. Okay, so here is the square bipyramidal shape which is given here if coordination number that is a 5, and last one that is a if coordination number that is a 6. Okay, if you want to take screenshot, you can take screenshot. Okay, if coordination number that is a 5. Is the last one coordination number which is given there. If coordination number that is a 6. Okay, we are seen up to the 5. If coordination number that is a 6, then geometry of the given structure that is a octahedral. Okay, octahedral geometry which is given there. Octahedral geometry, and shape of the given molecule, metal at the center and at four corners, four ligands. That means at the square, one is the above the plane, another which is the below the plane. So this is the shape. Just we are connecting all these ligands to each other, and these are the faces we are indicating here. So there are four faces at the above the square, and there are also four faces below the plane. Okay, so this is about the stereochemistry of the complex which is given there. In the stereochemistry, we are seeing there coordination number 1, coordination number 2, coordination number 3, coordination number 4, coordination number 5, and coordination number 6. So this is the stereochemistry of the coordination complex. Thank you.